We start in the nation's capital, where we are following two really big stories right now. Number one, the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS as he's known, is meeting with lawmakers on Capitol Hill and will speak at a forum with the president later today. This, of course, comes as President Trump is expected to sign a bill to release all of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Meanwhile, Epstein survivors are reacting to the passage of that bill. Annie Farmer says she was sexually abused by the convicted sex offender and Ghislaine Maxwell when she was just 16 years old. She is now a psychologist who works with trauma survivors. She spoke with our Errol Barnett just a little while ago.
And I think there's a little bit of anxiety about what comes next. You know, we feel hopeful but nervous about how the DOJ will really handle transparency in this case.
Tell me more about that.
Well, I think, you know, there's just been a history in this case of heavy redactions, of really having to fight to make people follow through with things or follow the law. And so, you know, I think it's an incredible accomplishment that we're here. Nobody expected. I mean, it was just a week ago. I think I was, being told that it was very unlikely this would make it to the floor of the Senate, right? Wow. And so when we were, celebrating yesterday afternoon, we never expected that this would happen so quickly, that it would be on President Trump's desk. And so this is a victory for us.
All right, folks, we got a team of coverage for both of these stories. First off, Olivia Rinaldi is covering the White House, but let's begin with CBS News congressional reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns, who's on Capitol Hill this morning. So, Caitlin, I guess the question is, when is the bill actually going to land on the president's desk, and will there be cameras for that?
Yeah, Vlad, that's the question that we all have here on Capitol Hill this morning. You may have seen the headlines that this passed through Congress yesterday, and that is true. But this is Congress. It's a weird place. There are a lot of weird rules that they have to go through. So let me kind of walk you through what's happening this morning. Remember, it passed the House last night nearly unanimously, only one no vote, which was so incredibly rare up here on Capitol Hill. Then it went, the Senate essentially, by a procedure called unanimous consent, passed this through the Senate. That means that if nobody objects, and it only takes one person to object to derail it, then it is essentially passed. But before all of that happens, the bill actually has to move physically from the House over to the Senate, and then it can go over to the president's desk. Now, take a look right now at the Senate floor, because we're watching to see whether they have, in fact, received that bill.
5, an act to require the Attorney General to release all documents and records in possession of the Department of Justice relating to Jeffrey Epstein and for other purposes.
Under the previous order, the bill is considered read 3 times and passed, and the motion to reconsider is considered, made, and laid on the table.
Mr. President.
The great senator from Iowa.
All right, Vlad, well, are we taking this? Okay, well, Vlad, look, we got real answers in real time right on your show. The Senate just acknowledging that it has received that bill, and now it is officially passed, so it should be en route to the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue for signature.
Yeah, fast-moving parts here, Caitlin, as you know.